What's going on, guys? It's me again with another video. Just want to just quickly address, one of the things that I continually tend to put in occasion in my video because it's pretty much has a major effect and the way I sort of play the game. As we all know, one of the primary, you know, um, one of the primary motivations about the game is being able to pull the character that you want or pull characters, right? It's like a card collecting game, right? You're collecting characters and then you want to eventually boost them to be efficient enough to progress so you can collect more characters and all that kind of stuff. But what I wanted to discuss today is what I would consider, my character pull or draw, mentality and strategy. Okay, so pretty much it's surrounded within three particular options. The standard recruit option, choice recruit option, and then divination. So what I'm just trying to do here is I want to say, so when do I, because everything is, as you guys are pretty much aware and even would pretty much be able to decipher, it's pretty much my opinion, it's pretty much what I think is best. But everyone has their unique priority, has their unique needs and wants, and has a unique way that it will pretty much approach it. But sometimes it never hurts to hear what someone else has to say, or see someone else's perspective, see if it's actually something that you can actually modify or actually correct, right? So like if you guys think, oh, I'm probably wasting my time going about the wrong way, comment below. I'm definitely looking forward to these comments, and hopefully I can definitely explain why, or actually take your advice and sort of apply and of course make my contents better. So this one's not going to be as long as the ones I've pretty much made. I'm going to try and make it as quickly as possible. Okay, so as you guys are pretty much aware, unless chances are that if you're like free to play, you may not have reached the option for a choice recruit yet, or divination, but otherwise you may have done so, but most likely you're pretty much aware, right? So of course we have the faction recruit and we also have the friend recruit, but these are more or less, I believe, unique methods of actually drawing players. Like you either have the hearts to draw from a friend recruit, or you can't draw, right? Because it's pretty much identical to the standard recruit. It's just and its own exclusive currency or method of pulling. And for the faction recruit, you can only use the faction coins to actually pull these characters, right? Otherwise, you won't be able to pull, because obviously everyone's going to try to pull here, because you can just narrow down whatever faction you want and then start to pull, right? So this one is pretty much a special pull. So the faction coins are generally seen as more valuable than the standard coins, right? If you notice in any reward system that you have to pick, for example, we can easily use the hammer, draw. Believe the drop event is over, but we can easily use the honor treasure here to. Oh, okay, I can. Oh, I can. Oh, once it's been found, I can actually switch. But you get 3 for where you actually get 2 of the, faction coins. So let's go back to the draw, because that's actually what I want to talk about, so I don't waste my time. So what I'm trying to say is that when do you do a choice recruit, when do you do a standard recruit, and when do you go for divination? Now this is going to be blunt. Early on, once you go deeper and you're very much sure of who your main team is, then you can of course go ham in any way or method you would pretty much see fit to ensure that you have the maximum version of that character, meaning you can now go for either choice recruits or divination. Okay, but here's the first thing I want you to understand right now. Standard is going to cost you, I can't show you right now because I have to pull. I'll definitely make some pulls shortly so you can actually want to talk about, but I believe standard costs you 2,500. Choice recruit costs you 3 grand, and divination would cost you 5k, or if you have division cards, then that works as well. Okay, but what I want to say is, when do you actually do this? Okay, so now the one thing I would just say is this: when it comes to the choice recruit, you have no option, no choice to actually pull like a master or an inferno character. Your pulls are limited to, as you can see here, either wind, thunder, or fire. Okay, those are the only options you have. Otherwise, you're not able to pull the Master of Infernos. So, because of that, what I have decided is you dedicate Divination to only the Master or the Infernal factions. That is my recommendation. Okay, because think about it this way: if you can pull any character, as you can see here, from this class, which is wind, thunder, and fire, you're not going to want to spend 5k on it unless you're very concerned about these extra rewards that you get here, but like I said, you're pulling mainly because you're trying to get characters, not because of this ones here will cost a whole lot less when you either go to the shops, the guild shop, as you can see. When you where you're costing diamonds, I'm sure there's a diamond cost somewhere. I'm going to find it. Oh, is it in the general? Yeah, okay, yeah, there it is. So 3k something, so not even 5k, as you see there, where you can possibly just get on this without getting a character. Or in my preferred option, when it comes to that, if you want to just get those equipments, you actually go through the Shadowless City, because as you go through the Shadowless City and you get to where you can actually buy them, I can't show you right now because I've already gone through it, you would have the option of getting them 40% off, almost, and you can always take the path that gets you that option. You can buy it off from there. Of course, you don't know which one is going to appear, but you can always be patient to get it right and go in harm with the diamonds, because diamonds is money in this case, right? We're free to play. So what I wanted to say here is this, okay? Because you can actually get any of these other characters here on a choice recruit. If you, for example, specifically going after, strict poison, you don't have to go to Divination to get her. You get here because you're going to get her at 2k less. And you can actually, like I said, the tree pool rule, you guys are going to hear that every freaking time. The tree pool rule, okay, is you can actually get her within every 3 attempts at the most, right? And then that's it. So because of that, like I said before, Divination, leave that to only those special characters. Now that has sorted out, do not use them on regulars. I'm telling you the truth, it's not worth it, man. Like, it's better you get randoms and you're not getting who you want than to be that thirsty and getting that. You want to leave that for choice recruits. Now on that front, however, when it comes to using choice recruits, unless you're absolutely certain that this is a particular character that you want, say for example, how you guys know that I love Madry and all that kind of stuff, I let Madry here because honestly, I can't see myself using the choice recruit until once I want to start gathering the 1-star, 2-star, 3-stars. But I haven't seen who I want to pull apart from that. I'd rather try my luck and see if I can get several, because the truth is that the other reason why I said that you don't want to actually go through, I'm going to get there shortly, and that's probably going to be my segue to my next video, which is going to be the Everse world, is that with the standard, you can pull about anybody, the same guys. The only thing is you cannot choose who you pull, right? And there's a bit of fun in that, you're trying to pull someone and you don't pull him, and then you pull him, you're extra excited, right? And when you spend the decent amount of the extra 500 to pull the person that you want, you don't want to do it if you're trying to grind and you're stuck, in the PVEs and and then you want to just push forward and you know that pushing this character a bit further is going to take you to where you want to go to, then by all means. But in other words, every 3 pulls, like I said, 3 pull rule, you're saving 1500 gems, right? So that means with 4 pulls you can actually pull an extra pull here, right? And it's over time it counts up and you realize that deficiency. So if you're just pulling randomly, don't be too excited about pulling a particular character unless you're certain that you are connected with this character. Like I said, Mad Ryu here, no, the only time I've ever used this choice recruit was because I wanted to get that 14 divination option Oh no, not that. Have I was because I wanted to get Mad Ryu to triple S, and that was just that. That was it, nothing else, and boom, that was that. So that's what I wanted to say about that with regards to that. So like before I actually round up, the reason why I was also trying to tell you that you don't have to be too super desperate about it is because of the inverse world, right? When you go to global operations, go to inverse world. I've only attempted the first one because I want to release a video with me attempt the second one and how I actually go through it. Let's go back to the first one here, right? You can actually gather a decent amount, of these fragments, right? Why is it not making me scroll further? I feel like I'm stuck. Okay, there it is. And I believe most people who are free to play will be able to push all the way to 21 effect. For me, the safe section, if you want to pull, is where you get the fighting soul. If you can hit up to that point, you're definitely safe, right? And otherwise, if you can do more, you do more. And I'm going to talk about inverse wars. I'm going to talk about my strategy, what I prioritize when I pick the deficiencies that I supposed to pick to put you at a disadvantage so you can actually get more rewards, because this is the total definition of high risk, high rewards. But because you can get all this extra stuff here, that improves the chance of eventually getting the character that you want with the random pulls. Otherwise, occasionally, sparingly, you can actually go right ahead and do the choice recruit, but don't make it your go-to recruit. Don't say, oh, I've unlocked choice recruit. Every time I want to recruit right now, I'm just going to pick the character I want. I'm just going to go bam. You can easily pick someone else that you feel like you want, and we're going to try it out right now using the 3-pool rule, okay, with standard. Obviously, you guys know right now. And the other thing again is with the choice recruit, you can't select an Inferno or a Master, and even though they have a lower rate of pull, you can see the rates here by clicking on the whatever here. You can see they have a low rate. It doesn't mean it's impossible. I pulled Rose here, I pulled Cammy here as well, so it's definitely doable. But when you go for choice recruits, you eliminate the options of actually pulling any of this Inferno and Master characters. And even if when it comes to different master characters, the ones that are really good, Rose, definitely, I feel Rose. Jen, I always, whenever I have the chance to hire, from my friends over here, I would always go and hire Jen. That's who I get from my guild, because Bison is sort of tough to get, but Jen, excuse me, apologies for that, but Jen actually gets a decent job done decently. So I typically would go for him when it comes to trying to add him to my squad to assist, maybe for example in Shadowless City, amongst other options that you can do. But no, yeah, let's go to the dojo, and yeah, the mercenary, that's what you want to call them, right? But so far I've applied for Bison. I didn't get him. I'm going to try requesting again because for some reason it's showing I'm not requesting for him anymore. I also tried to request for Magalakan too, but look at it, I'm the #1 guy who's requesting right now, but somehow I'm not going to get him. Oh, this is actually yellow Magalakan. I already ran out of this ones. I guess some of them, they have closer people that they lease their characters to, which totally makes sense. Hey, it's all good, it's all fine. But bottom line I'm trying to say is this: you're not going to get those other characters unless you use that. And in my opinion, they're actually very important for balancing out your synergy as well as the inverse world, and I'll come to that in a bit. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's supposed to be just short. It's supposed to be a case of were you going to choose standard, are you going to use choice, or are you going to use divination? So once again, I'm just going to recap it all. Divination, use the Inferno or Master class. If you need any of those guys, strictly use the Divination. If they're not Inferno or Master, don't bother with Divination at all. If it comes to the choice recruits, occasionally you can try and go for them who are not, you're just trying to get them to that final piece. Maybe for example, you want to move them from an A to an A, from an S to an S plus, or from an SSS to an SSS plus. You're trying to get them a little bit boosted because you're already so far up. Yeah, you can occasionally use them, but don't use them all the time because you still try and get a character. I'm going to round it up by trying to do like, the tree combo pull. I almost forgot about that. So let's go right ahead and do the first pull here. The first, I can use it's going to be the standard because I want to make a point with the standard here. I might be lucky, I might be unlucky. If you ask me who character I want right now, I don't mind getting an additional bison. Of course, that's what I would definitely love. I don't mind getting an additional rose because I want to build them all. I don't mind getting an additional jury, and of course, I don't mind getting an additional mad ryu. You guys knew that was coming, right? So let's go right ahead and hit the 10 draw. First one. If it goes red, that's it. We're not going to be tempted to pull multiple. They bought us, the rainbow color. We can pull again because we're not going to get nothing. We draw. You see, I haven't drawn today. I'm not super excited about drawing every time because I need to do it sparingly. Second one. Okay, it's red. So we're done. 2 pulls. That's pretty much it. Who are we getting here? We got regular poison. It's okay. I'm not going to complain at all. But the point I'm trying to make here is this, the tree pool rule always works, number one. But number two, there might be someone who actually wants poison in their team, right? Why would I want to go over to choice recruit to spend more when I could actually, right now I've spent, it's actually 2,700, not 2,500. So you're saving an extra 300, gems. Still something because these gems are actually out there for sale. Like if you want to check what is the value of 300 gems, I think you may have an idea because I know they typically put it out there. I have no idea where to look for it. Yeah, 300 gem, although it gives some extra stuff, almost 6 something. Let's say without the the other stuffs, which let's say $4. See, and that's 4 taxes. So once again, what I do, you guys don't have to follow it, but I just want to just wrap it up here. What I do is when it comes to just regular characters, which is the thunder, the wind, or the fire, I go with the standard recruit. If it's a case where, for example, I just really just make that extra push, like with Mario taking him to triple S, I use a choice recruit. And if it is just pretty much, trying to get one of those special characters, right, the master or the inferno, try to boost them up, then I'm going with divination. Otherwise, thanks again for you guys watching. Please hit a like and a subscribe, would definitely be appreciated. And don't forget to comment and set your notification bell so that anytime I release new contents like these, you can always follow. I try to be very creative and freestyle about this. Everything is all live, of what I'm trying to say, discuss, because sometimes what you feel like you don't want to say, you might miss out on that. But yeah, thanks again guys for watching, and I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you in the next one when I try and release the inverse role to give you a more broad view of how I actually select pretty much my deficiencies in order to get as much rewards as I can. Cheers guys.